Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again, and welcome to another video here at Lacquer. In today's video, I have another one. This is another All Mainstreams mystery box that I found on Facebook. I saw this, I believe, posted on either the mainstream page. I'll have to double check on what page I found it on, because I want to say it might not have been the Nearly No Rules nail polish group, which is usually where I find these mystery boxes. But this one is going to be all mainstream, so I'm curious what we will find. I'm sure we'll get some of the usual, the China Glazes, OPIs, and maybe some Essees. I will say I have pre-opened this because I smelled nail polish when I got the package, and there is at least one casualty, so we're going to get that out of the way as soon as we open this. If you are new here, hi, my name is Caroline, and I love to talk about nail polish, and currently I am adding a lot of polish to my nail polish collection through these mystery boxes. Stay tuned for a lot of destash videos as well, because I need to do that as well. If you like nail polish, think about hitting the little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos, and let's jump right into it. Alright, I'm seeing some Deborah Lippmann and Sinful Colors, some Sally Hansen. All right, we're gonna go right to the broken bottle, which I don't think you guys can even see. Ooh, it's all squishy. So that's the damage there. I'm not sure which one broke, but it appears to be a black polish, and it got all over the one right next to it. So let's see if there's any coming back from this. Oh wow. No, she's flat out broke. Smashed into a million pieces. Wow. Okay, so the one that is not broken, I can tell by the bottle shape that it's a Sally Hansen, and that one is called Let's Snow. So it's probably a white polish. Ooh, and the bag's dripping. I think we're just going to toss this and get rid of this. This is quite a mess. All right, let's hope it didn't get too, yeah, I think it might be confined to just that bag. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the non-broken bottles. I think I want to start over here. Ooh, who do we have? Ooh, we've got a Sephora by OPI. This one is called Metro Chic. This color is right up my alley. This is gorgeous. I was initially thinking that this fell into that chewed up grape bubblegum category, if not more to the greigey taupe side of things, but I'm thinking this might be more towards the mink side of the color family. This is beautiful. Definitely a color that I'm curious to try. Having liked a lot of the other colors that are more in the purple family, purple side of this family of dusty taupey greigey purples, I really am curious to see how I will like this one, because it's beautiful, and I think I've mentioned it at least once or twice. I definitely want to try more polishes from Sephora by OPI. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think they make them anymore. I could be wrong, but the few that I have I really liked. So I did recently find one in a Goodwill bag too, so that was pretty cool. But we're off to a great start. This is a keeper. All right, so the second one is by Dermalect, and this one doesn't appear to have a name on it. I can't remember if I've seen these before. The name looks oddly familiar, but I couldn't place a polish that I have from them if I do have one. This one is a light shell peach shade, and it has a gold flash in it. This type of color, I'm trying to decide if I would wear something this light. The peachy shades I'm definitely kind of picky on with my skin tone. In my experience, I've just found that I don't like them on. So I think I will be passing this one on. This one is Dermalect, no name. All right, let's do this little trio of minis. It looks like we've got at least 2 Deborah Lippmanns. Oh, how cute. And a color workshop. So we'll do this little guy first. This one is sort of a golden peach. There's a glass fleck shimmer particle in here. Again, this one sort of falls into that same color family of these light peachy neutral shades that I just really don't care for on my skin tone, so I will be passing this one on as well. Then we've got 2 Deborah Lippmanns. The pinker one is called The Look of Love. This is definitely one that I would like to try, see how it looks on my skin tone. It's sort of a pinky gray mauve. It's a really pretty color, kind of a neutral shade. Does look like the neck of it needs to be cleaned up. It might need a bit of thinner, but that's a really pretty color. Sort of a grandma shade. I really like that. So we will be holding on to that, see if I can't clean up the neck and thin it out a bit. The second one is a peachier shade called Shape of You. This one needs a bit of a shake. And on this one, this is more like a tanned flesh tone, sort of a peachy flesh tone. There is some shimmer in there as well. There we go. That's that little flash. This is saturated enough that I am curious to try it. So we will be holding on to this, see if it looks okay on me, or if I like it, or if I'm drawn enough to it to put it on. But I like it. I like it enough to see. So we're going to keep that Deborah Lippmann Shape of You. All right, let's do this little duo here. Ooh, it looks like we have a clean color and an LA Colors. So the clean color is called Moon Dance. Ooh, and it's got bar glitters. So this is hard to describe. It's almost like a blackened gold, or maybe like a blackened base with gold shimmer. Maybe that's more accurate. But it does have holographic glitter and holographic bar glitter. This definitely falls into the category of colors that I have been destashing quite a few of. I really liked them early on because they are so interesting. I just don't reach for them as often as I thought I would when I was starting my collection, so we will be passing this one along. That one was Moon Dance. Then the LA Colors is in their Color Craze line called Energy Source. This one looks like a white cream, and I could be mistaken, but I think I have this one. If not this one, I do have a white cream from LA Colors. So we will be passing this one on as well. I have been keeping quite a few of the white nail polishes, and I don't need a dozen of them. So we will be destashing that one. All right, let's do this one here. Ooh, it's a top coat. So this one is a top coat, the weekly top coat by C&D Vinylux. Very nice. I don't know that I have tried their top coat. Ooh, but I'm always open to try a new top coat. Plus, I use a lot of top coat on my swatches, so that's definitely going in the keep pile. All right, let's do this little trio. Looks like we have some minis. Come on, help me up. All right, so we have another Deborah Lippmann, and then two from, oh, Sally Hansen in the Diamond Strength line. Interesting, I didn't know they had these little tiny bottles. How cute. Okay, so they have some pretty colors. We'll look at those later. Okay, so first up, let's do the Deborah Lippmann. This one is called Rain of Love. And this is a really pretty, like, cherry red. Reds aren't exactly my favorite, but I do like this shade of red. Now, I am going to have to come back and compare a lot of these reds that I have been keeping and find out which formula I prefer, which brush I prefer, and which color I prefer overall from the ones that I've kept. But I do like this one enough to see how I like it on a deeper shade of red. It's not that bright lipstick red, so we will be holding on to that one. That was Deborah Lippmann's Rain of Love. Then we've got two of these Sally Hansens. I don't know if you guys can see the label there. That is the Diamond Strength. So the first one is a really pretty shade of burgundy. Now, the thing that I tend to notice about mini bottles is they do dry up quickly, but this one seems like it could be fixable with some nail polish thinner, and I do like the color. This shade of burgundy is definitely a color that I like. I really enjoy it on my toes, especially in the fall season, so we will be holding on to that. We'll definitely need to follow up with some comparisons here soon. The next one is a really pretty vampy shade of like a deep berry purple. There's some shimmer in this one. This one might be more dried out than the other one. Oh yeah, no, this one's gone. Not even gloopy, it's dried out. So that one is a no-go, but very, very pretty color. And I'm not sure if these guys have names on them or anything. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, it looks like we have another mini bundle. I think we've got some more Sally Hansens and maybe some more of the Color Workshop. All right, so the first two are from Color Workshop. We have a red and a burgundy. This is definitely in a color that I would wear, so we will be holding on to this one as well. Again, color comparisons need to be forthcoming, but for the time being, we will be holding on to that one. The next one that we have is a red, just to compare it to the Deborah Lippmann red. I think this is a good comparison of what I mean about lipstick red versus like a deep cherry red. Hopefully that's coming across on camera. I think on my screen they're looking very similar, but this one has a deepness to it that I really like. So we're going to keep the Deborah Lippmann, and we are going to destash the little red one from Color Workshop, and I haven't seen names on those yet either. Okay, so then we have two more from Sally Hansen. And actually, these might be the same as the other two. close, maybe. Let's see if this one is dried out. This one is also dried out, very dried out. Very, very dried out. Okay, so that one's a no-go as well. Let's see about this one. This is that shade that we did keep. And this one is also very, very dried out. Okay, so this one, well, we do have 2 bottles of this one, so we will just go ahead and toss that one. Okay, guys, let's get a good one here. Ooh, let's look at this one. This is an interesting bottle shape. I think I know the brand. Yeah, Marc Jacobs. Here we go. Ooh. Now, I do not have any from this brand, so I am very curious about the formula on this one. This one is called Petra. Such a fancy bottle. Wow. And that just pulls off. You have a pretty standard brush, but not too thin or anything like that. This is definitely a color I could see myself wearing, especially for fall. It is a deep grade purple. There is a load of glass fleck in there as well. Very nice. This is very pretty. Definitely up my alley. We're keeping that one. That was Marc Jacobs Petra. And my first Marc Jacobs. Wow. Very cool. Okay. We've got another little duo here. And it looks like we've got 2 white nail polishes. We have a Nicole by OPI called Yoga Then Yogurt. And this one appears to be just a white cream. Maybe ever so slightly yellow leaning. Am I seeing things that might be ever so slightly yogurt colored? The second one is Sinful Colors Show Me White. And I don't think I have this one, but again, I'm pretty sure I do have a number of whites from a variety of brands, so it wouldn't be surprising if I had one from Sinful Colors. But here's what I mean about the comparison between these 2. That one from Nicole by OPI has that pinch of like yellow to it, which is interesting. Not a color for me though, so we will be destashing that one. And the one from Sinful Colors, let's see how the formula on this one is. Actually, the formula on this is pretty good. I'm surprising myself, and I think I'm going to keep this one, but let's just see how it compares as far as our white comparisons to the one from LA Colors. They've got different tones. I think there's more of a warm tone to the Sinful Colors and more of a cool tone of a white to that LA Colors. I could totally be seeing things though, but there are a bunch of different shades of white, so but yeah, I think I'm going to surprise myself and hold on to this to do some comparisons. See if I can't find my white. Alright, looks like we have a couple more minis or little bottles. And we've got another from the Diamond Strength Sally Hansen line. And one from Blossom. Okay, that might even be an indie polish. Not too sure. Let's see how it is. Okay, so this is almost like a visible blurring base coat almost. It's got that sheer pinky peach shade to it. Definitely not a polish I would wear as a color just on its own, and I do have a number of blurring base coats already, so I think I'll be passing that one along. And then same with this one, if this one is not dried out already. This one is very, oh no, never mind. It's very gloopy and dried out, but this one is like Barbie skin tone, just too washed out from my own skin tone. So we'll be tossing that one. Okay, let's do this one here. I think I see an OPI label. Ooh, snazzy red. Now this one is definitely a brighter red than that Deborah Lippmann. There we go. Maybe you can see the difference here. Hopefully my camera's picking that up. The one from OPI is a bit brighter, where you have that deeper tone to the Deborah Lippmann. The OPI is called Big Apple Red. Ooh. And let's see how this one is. Ooh, not so good. Not so good. Okay, well this one might be fixable. It is a cream polish in a beautiful red. This one I would almost call more of a tomato red. And since reds aren't my favorite, we will be putting this in probably not this straight up destash. Maybe I'll see if it's fixable and then we'll go from there. But in any case, that was OPI's Big Apple Red. Next up, we've got I was going to say Clean Colors. This is almost the same bottle shape. Where'd that other Clean Colors go? See what I mean? Very similar bottle shape, if not the same bottle shape, just a different lid. Okay, so who is this by? This is Max Makeup Cherimoya, and this one is called Love and War. Look at that. Wow, that is really cool. So this is a, ooh, so this is definitely gloopy, but we'll see if it's fixable with some thinner. It's got sort of a like teal jelly base, and then it is loaded with those aqua and purple glitters. Really pretty mix. I will definitely have to do some neck cleanup on this one and some thinner to see if this is fixable. But it's a very pretty polish. That's very neat. So we're gonna put that in the check and see pile. Let's do this one here. Ooh, we've got a fresh paint, and this one's gonna dry to a semi-matte finish. This one doesn't look like it has a name, but it is a like robin's egg blue gray, and then it has a green flash to it. This one seems to be in pretty good shape, and I do like this color, so we will be holding on to this one. That was fresh paint, unknown. We'll have to see about looking into that color as well. All right, next up, who do we have here? This is from Young Nails Caption, and this one is called Oh No She Didn't. And this is a deep, deep, deep blue. You've got this beautiful glass fleck throughout. I don't know if I have any polish from this brand. Oh, actually, look at that. The base, I think, is a purple. So it's a very interesting bottle. I will say I'm not the biggest fan so far of this little tiny brush, but we'll see how it works because this is a gorgeous color. So that is Young Nails Caption. Oh No She Didn't. All right, next up, ooh, I think I fill a Deborah Lippmann square bottle. Yep. And this is a dusty blue called Blue Skies, and it is a cream formula. This is a nice dusty shade of blue. I will have to see how it compares to some of the other shades of blue in my collection, but I really like this one so far. It's almost got that pinch of like a cornflower blue lean to it. I really like that. So we're holding on to Blue Skies. Next up, I think I fill another square bottle, so possibly another Deborah Lippmann. Yeah. Ooh, this is a pretty green called If I Ruled the World. This is an interesting shimmer green. It is sort of a blackened green base, full of that shimmer. Now, I have been destashing quite a few colors similar to this, but I like the shimmer in this enough to at least give it a swatch and see how I like it. So we're going to put that in the keep pile for now. That shimmer is just really, really beautiful. So that was Deborah Lippmann's If I Ruled the World. Ooh, let's do this little duo in the corner. I think I see some Sinful colors. Yeah. So this first one is Island Coral. And this is a really pretty coral shade. It is a cream formula. It is a little bit on the thick side, but not too gloopy. I'm trying to decide if I would wear this. I think it's not quite as saturated as I would prefer, so I think we will be passing this one along, maybe putting it in a freebie pile or something along those lines, but that was Sinful Colors, Island Coral. The next one is from the Neon collection, and this one is called Vivid a Try. And the last one of these that I got in the mystery had faded. Ooh, this one does not appear to have been faded, so this is really pretty. This is a neon orange. I'm hesitating because it's not quite as bright as what I'm seeing here, so it may have faded a little bit, but it's still bright enough that I want to give it a try. It looks like a jelly formula. So this one could be fun to try with some nice jelly sandwiches or a layering over a cream with some glitter in between, so almost like a jelly sandwich. So yeah, we'll see how that one goes. That is Vivid a Try. All right, we've got a little duo over here of some smaller bottles. I see Deborah Lippmann and Maybelline. So the Maybelline is a glitter polish called Pearl Gem, and these are like beigey matte glitters in some hexes, and it's all in a clear base. This I'm struggling to see if I would wear this. Let's try it over one of these colors and just see how this one looks, because offhand, I mean, this is definitely not the kind of color I wear on its own. I'm wondering how I might like it, if I might like it as a topper. So there it is with at least one of the large hex glitters there. Yeah, probably not for me. So we're going to be passing that one along. That is Maybelline's Pearl Gem. The next one is a Deborah Lippmann called Cuticle Remover. Never mind, it's not a polish, it's cuticle remover. I do have at least one bottle of this, so I think I'll be passing this one along. I actually don't use the one that I have, so we'll be passing that one along. Let's do this little duo. Ooh, I see some shimmer. So we've got one from Ulta. This was a limited edition called Jingle Bell Rock. This is a really pretty shade. There's a couple of different kinds of hollow glitter in this. This is almost more like a berry shade of red, so I do really like this one. Let's see how it is formula-wise. Still pretty good. Okay, so we are going to be keeping this one. That is Ulta's Jingle Bell Rock. And the other red in here was also from Ulta. This one is called Red Carpet Red. And this one is somewhere in that same range of like lipstick red / tomato red. This one is a jellyish formula as well. A bit dried out, probably at about half bottle. So maybe a bit of thinner to sort of help this one out might be good. But this is definitely the kind of color of red that is not necessarily up my alley, so we will be passing this along. Like I said, probably not in the straight up D-stash, maybe in a freebie pile or something along those lines. I'll try to figure something out. Okay, let's do this little duo here. Ooh, who do we have here? We have a random cap. Okay, so these two here, we have another Clean Colors and an Essie. The Clean Colors, no, I did it again. This is not Clean Colors. So here they are again, same bottle, different lid, different brand. Very interesting. The only other time that I've seen these bottles has been Clean Colors, so this is a first for me seeing this shape of bottle be someone else. But this is Chirimoya, and this particular polish is called Silver Star. Ooh, and it's got little silver holographic glitters and holographic bar glitters and holographic round glitters. This is pretty. I'm wondering how it is in here though. It looks a little bit gloopy. Yeah, might need some thinner or something to sort of help it out. I do have a number of glitters. Ooh, that doesn't smell good. I do have a number of bar glitters and glitter toppers though, so I don't feel like I'm missing out by not having this one, so I think I will be passing this one along. Then the Essie, it looks like we have another white. This one is called Blanc or White. And let's see how this compares to the one that I did keep, the Sinful Colors. I think you can still tell that Sinful Colors has a pinch of warmth to it, whereas the Essie has not quite a cool base, maybe a different shade of a warm tone. And I think I'm going to keep this one as well. I mean, Essie's really nice. And let's see if this is, nope, this one has the thin brush. But we'll see how the formula is. So for the time being, we're going to hold on to it. Okay, let's do these two here. Ooh, I think I see a Pure Ice and an OPI. Ooh, so the OPI is called Orange You from New York. And look at this shade. This is beautiful. This is somewhere in between a red and a brown. It says Orange You from New York, but to me, this is definitely like a brown leaning red, but I cannot get the bottle open. So we're just going to put Orange You from New York into my collection and see if I can't wrestle the lid open at another time. But this is a gorgeous color. I hope I can get it open. The next one is a Pure Ice. This one is called Crimson. And I'm wondering if I have this one. I could. I do have a number from this brand. It's another brand that does not make polish anymore. And I really like a lot of the colors that they came out with. This particular one is a shimmer shade, and I feel like I'm seeing some orange along the edges of the bottle. This isn't exactly a super deep red, but it is interesting enough that I want to give it a try. I think you can sort of see the orange there that I was seeing. Really pretty shade, so we will be holding on to that one. And again, comparisons will need to be coming up pretty soon, but we're going to keep Crimson for the time being. Next up, let's do this one. I think I see another Deborah Lippmann, and this is a beautiful teal blue called Luck Be a Lady. This is an interesting shade of a teal. It is a cream formula. Yeah, I think we'll keep this one and give it a try. I do like this shade of a teal. So that was Deborah Lippmann's Luck Be a Lady. All right, let's do this little duo here. And it looks like we have a silver from CK. Ooh, CK Calvin Klein. Wow, so this is a silver called Silver Streak. And this is a metallic, sort of a chromy silver. Interesting. Let's see, does this come off? Yeah, oh wow, not comfortable. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's just keep the lid on. Let's see how the brush is. I've never seen this particular bottle from Calvin Klein. I do have one bottle that I got in a mystery bag years ago, but it's a different shape. This is pretty silver and chromy. Maybe we will keep this and give it a try. Silvers are, again, one of those colors that there's a lot of different formulas out there, shades. Some are more gray, some are darker, some are more metallic, some are almost white leaning. So we'll keep this one and give it a try. Swatch it and see if I like it. That was Calvin Klein's Silver Streak. Definitely getting some new to my collection of brands. That's cool. So this one has a number 7 on it, but I'm not sure if that's really meant for this. This is a Studio M Pro called French Tip. Let's compare this to my French Tip from Wet n Wild. They seem to be pretty close on camera, but in person I'm seeing more of a yellow tone to my Wet n Wild. Interesting. I am really liking what I'm seeing in this. It is a bit clumpy. Needs to be a bit thinned out. I do like the tone though. It's almost, honestly I can't tell quite if I'm seeing like a pinch of gray or just a little bit of warmth in it, but I have kept 2 white polishes so far, so I think I will go ahead and pass that one along. Let's do these 2 next. Looks like I see a Revlon. Ooh, yeah, a Revlon called Ethereal. And this one is a white cream, looks like. So this looks to be more of a slightly squishy formula. I think you can see that on the brush. It's a bit of a squishy formula. Although one of the whites that I have from Bee's Knees is sort of a squishy white, and I really like how it ended up looking. So I think, I know, weird guys, I'm holding on to a 3rd white. So this one is Ethereal by Revlon. Next up is a glitter from Response. Oh, this is a new to me brand. I have not heard of them before. This one is called Number 56 Celebration Sparkle. This has a mix of metallic glitters in it in gold, silver, and blue. Trying to decide if I would wear this. It's almost like there's a blackened base to it as well. Whoa, and a red brush. Did not see that coming. Check that out. Wow, did not see that coming. That is interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know that I would wear this. It's interesting. But yeah, I think we will go ahead and pass this one along. That is from Response, Celebration Sparkle. Let's do this one here. I think I feel a Deborah Lippmann possibly. Yeah, and this is a big one. This one is called Lady Sings the Blues. Ooh, this is pretty. This is a deep, deep blue, almost like a purpley blue. Then you have some silver glitters in it. Yeah, that is really pretty. I like this one. So we're keeping that. This is definitely another one that I don't have. So that is Deborah Lippmann's Lady Sings the Blues. Let's do this 2-pack here. I'm seeing more reds. Oh my goodness. We're definitely getting a lot of reds in this one. All right. Ooh, and this one has seen some better days. This one is an OPI called, oh my. Oh, I'm Not Really a Waitress. Oh, okay. That is a classic. I hear this name mentioned quite often. Does not seem to want to open, but maybe we'll hold on to this just to see how I like it, if I can open the bottle. Because yeah, it is one of those colors that you hear people talk about all the time. And OPI does do reds very, very well. So we'll see. It is a shimmer polish, and it does seem to be moving around pretty well in there. I think it just sort of got glued shut from another polish spilling on it, but that was OPI's I'm Not Really a Waitress. At least I think that's what that says. I'm Not Really a Waitress. The next one is also a red from Tammy, I think, called Ruby. And this is another brand that I'm not familiar with, so if you know where this might come from, feel free to let me know. It is a deep tomato red in a jelly formula. Now this is interesting. So It actually is very similar to the one from Ulta that we've already destashed, and by comparison, I think the one from Ulta is almost deeper than this one, but I'm leaning towards keeping this for some odd reason. Interesting. Well, we're gonna go with it. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna have to do some destashes here very, very soon, but I'm curious enough to see how I like this one. So that is Tammy's Ruby. Let's do this little 2-pack here. It looks like we've got another Sally Hansen. Ooh, and Wet n Wild. So this first one is called Hooked on Onyx, and this is a black cream in the Complete Salon Manicure. So I do have a lot of black polishes, but they are very helpful for a lot of different purposes, nail art, undies. So I will be holding on to this one and doing a comparison again, like I need to do with my whites, I need to do it with my black polishes as well. Compare formulas, compare brushes. If I'm remembering correctly, I think I do like the brush on this one. Yeah, this is a flat, wide brush, so fairly nice to apply. Then we have another black polish from Wet n Wild. This one is called, there we go, Ebony Hates Chris. So actually I do already have this one. I'm pretty sure I have this one, but let's just go ahead and see the formula. This one might be slightly more opaque than the other black one, the one from Sally Hansen. But again, I don't need to keep all of the black nail polishes. This one does seem to be in pretty good shape though, but we are going to go ahead and pass that one along. All right, looks like we have another little trio. I think these are one Deborah Lippmann, one Color Workshop, and one from the Color Workshop, just a different bottle. Okay, so the one from Deborah Lippmann is called Queen of the Night. Ooh, so this is a really pretty purple with some glass fleck and like a bronze and deep pink. Definitely keeping this one. This is gorgeous, and it's another one that I don't have yet, so that's Deborah Lippmann's Queen of the Night. Then we have one from the Color Workshop, and these again don't have names, but this is a blackened Crelly jelly with some glitter. You've got some blue and some gold. I think we will be passing that one along. Then we have a gold also from the Color Workshop, just in a different bottle. Actually can't quite tell if this is purposeful or not, or if something else spilled, but I like it. That's really cool. Let's see how this one, ooh, this is very, very, very gloopy. Okay, so this one's probably not a keeper. It is a gold with some like glass fleck or mini flakies in a sheer gold. Probably could be saved though. I mean, it's not beyond the state of fixing, so maybe we'll hold on to it in the destash and see about adding something or two, get that back in working order. Okay, next up we've got a trio of blues, looks like. Ooh, who is this? Ooh, this one is Jinsoon. Very pretty bottle. Another new to me brand. This one doesn't appear to have a name on it, but look at this color. It is a holographic. A deep, deep blue, sort of reminds me of Dream by Zoya. Very pretty. We'll definitely be holding on to this one. I love a holographic formula. And look at this bottle. That is so snazzy. So we'll be keeping Jinsoon and trying to find a name because I need a name. Okay, then the other blues, we've got a deep blue from NYC called Skin Tight Denim. This is a dark, almost navy blue with some shimmer. Ooh, look at the shimmer on this. Okay, I'm keeping it, surprisingly. I was leaning towards not, but that shimmer is gorgeous. So that is NYC's Skin Tight Denim. That is beautiful. I don't know if I gave you guys a chance to see it very long, but there we go. The other blue is also a very pretty shade by Sinful Colors. This one is called Endless Blue. I like this one a lot. This is beautiful. It's deep but bright, and it is a cream formula. In a lot of the other mystery boxes that I got, I did get a lot of blue summer shades, but this is a deeper shade than a lot of those. So I will again have to be doing some comparisons at some point, but I don't think this is going to be very duped out. I don't think in my collection. We'll have to see, but we will be keeping Sinful Colors Endless Blue. All right, let's do this one here. Looks like we've got another 2-pack. We've got another from Ulta and one from Wet n Wild. This one is called Burgundy Frost. Ooh, look at that color. Burgundy definitely has a place in my nail collection. It's actually one of the first reds that I really liked, so I will be holding on to this one. Again, comparisons need to be forthcoming, so I will have to compare this to some of the other shades that I have been keeping, but this is really pretty. Has sort of a bronze glimmer in there as well. Very pretty. And then the other red is another Ulta. This one is called Santa Baby. And this one, let's see. Compared to a regular red, it definitely has a burgundy lean. And compared to the burgundy that we just looked at, it's a little bit lighter than the one from Wet n Wild. And I don't need all the burgundies, but this one is fairly pretty. Let's see. Yeah, I think I have something kind of close at least to this shade, so I think we will be passing this one along. That is Ulta's Santa Baby. Let's do this one here. Ooh, we've got a triple pack. Ooh, and another really cool bottle. I think that was the Jinsoon. I just love those bottles. That is just gorgeous. So this one, ooh, this one has a name. This is called Cool Blue. This is very, very pretty. This seems to be moving around nicely in the bottle, and I will be keeping this one as well. Let's see how it compares though to the other blue that I'm keeping. I feel like on camera they're going to come across a bit more similar than they are in person. Not that they aren't similar, because they are, but there's a deepness to the one from Sinful Colors and more of a brightness to the one from Jinsoon. So I want to compare them, see how they look compared to each other on the nail, but both are very, very pretty blues. So we're going to be keeping Jinsoon's Cool Blue. The next one is from Fresh Paint. This one also has no name, and this is a like powdery blue. Ooh, this one is a bit clumpy and dried out as well. This one might be far gone. I think we're going to go ahead and put this one out of its misery. Okay, the next one is by Jordana. This one is called Electric Blue. This one is a really pretty blue shimmer. Seems to be moving around quite nicely. I want to say I have something kind of similar to this that maybe I got from Maybelline years ago. I think I want to hold on to it though. I'm drawn to these shimmer shades, especially in this tone of blue. I like the type of shimmer that's in here. It's a tone on tone. And I want to see how it does compare to the other colors that I have in this family. So that was Jordana's Electric Blue. All right, let's do this little duo over here. And it looks like we've got some pinky colors. This first one is by Wet n Wild, and this one is called Tickled Pink. And this one seems to be kind of glued closed as well. This one is like a strawberry milkshake leaning towards peach. I think on camera it's washing it out even more. There's a slight peachy pink tone to it. Lots of white in there as well, which I think is mainly what my camera's picking up. But this is not necessarily a color that I see myself reaching for. So I will be putting this in the maybe the freebie pile as well, if it's even workable. We'll have to take a look at it later. The next one is by Sally Hansen in the Hard as Nails line, called Hardcore Party. This one is more peach toned, just to compare it to that Wet n Wild that has more saturated just by comparison. This is again not a color that I see myself reaching for, so we will be putting this in the destash. It's moving around okay. It's just not in the best of shape, but yeah, we'll be destashing that one. That is Sally Hansen's Hardcore Party. All right, let's do this pack. Ooh, we've got 4 polishes in this one. This first one, ooh, okay, so this is where that cap came from. So this is by MC Nail Polish, and this one is called Color 49. This is sort of a bubblegum pink. Let's see how this brush is. Whoa. I, oddly enough, kind of like this color. I think it's bright enough in this tone. I want to at least give it a shot, see how I like it. We'll have to swatch it and see. But that was MC Polish, number 49, another new to me brand. Then we have a couple more Deborah Lippmanns. This first one is called A Trail of Petals. This one is more like a peachy pink, maybe like a shell pink. Probably not something that I would see myself wearing, although it could dry slightly darker on the nails. I'm going to surprise myself and say we're going to swatch it and see. So we're going to hold on to that one for the time being. Deborah Lippmann's A Trail of Petals. The next Deborah Lippmann is a deeper shade called a Blossom Fell. And this one is more like a antique rose or a dusty rose. And I do like this shade. I don't know that I have too many polishes like this in this color. So we will be holding on to this one as well, seeing if I like it on, but I think I will. Yeah, so that is Deborah Lippmann's A Blossom Fell. And then the third one in that little trio was from the Color Workshop, again, no name. This is kind of in that same dusty rose color, but very, very, very dried out. So we're gonna just toss this one. We're gonna do this one over here. Ooh, who do we have? Ooh, we've got a Funky Fingers. This one is no name. This one is a bright minty shade, almost like a neon green. I do kind of like the tone. It's almost more like a spearmint shade of mint. So I think we will be holding on to this, doing some comparisons and seeing how I like it. Again, I have to find name because otherwise I can't add it to my app. But that was Funky Fingers. Next up, let's do this little trio here. Ooh, we've got another from Jinsoon. This is another one with no name, but this is a really pretty shade of pink. Oddly enough, I'm drawn to this one for some reason, and I can't tell why. It's almost like Silly Putty. I don't know. Silly Putty is where my brain wants to go with this one. Seems to be moving around pretty well in there. But yeah, something about this I really want to try, so we're going to keep this one, oddly enough. Plus, I like the bottles, so that's Jinsoon, no name. The next one is, ooh, another CK Calvin Klein. This one is called Bright Fuchsia. Let's see how this one looks. This one might need a bit of a shake. It is a nice deep shade of pink though. I think we will at least swatch it and see. I do like this type of pink, although I think a lot of the colors I was wearing for summer were a bit brighter than this, but we'll see how I like it. We'll at least swatch it and see. So that was CK Calvin Klein Bright Fuchsia. And then the last one in that little trio is a complete mystery. I have no idea where this would be from. It's a pretty grandma shade though. I'm wondering if I have something similar to this though. It is not in the best shape. Let's see how it swatches. Yeah, definitely a grandma mauve. This is pretty. So it is a bit thick and chunky. In need of some thinner, but that's a nice color. I think I do have like colors similar to this in my collection though, so maybe we'll put this in the freebie box as well, or at least put some thinner in it and see if we can get it workable. Let's do this little trio here. This one is a Sally Hansen called Tickled Pink. I think I actually got this in another mystery box. This is a very, very pastel pink, but it actually has a pinch of brightness to it. I'm pretty sure I did keep the other bottle though, so I don't need two of these. Yeah, it is a really pretty shade of like a strawberry milkshake. Yeah. Which I think I got rid of another one that I described as strawberry milkshake, but this one has a slightly brighter pastel color to it. I think I'm going to put this in the check pile because I want to make sure that I did keep this, and if I didn't, I want to at least swatch this and see if I like it, but that was Tickled Pink. Next up we have Stunner from LA Colors. This is a really pretty bright, almost neon coral shade like a cantaloupe. I don't know that I have this one offhand. Whoopsie. So basically the brush stuck to the bottle, and when that happens, just pop it off and put the lid back on, tighten it up, and then you're all good to go. So I think I like this color. This is actually very, very pretty. Very, very bright. Almost reminds me of, what is that? China Glaze Flip Flop Fantasy, except I want to say that might be a slightly different tone. I could be mistaken, but I do want to hold on to this and see how I like it. That was LA Colors Stunner. And then the last little one in that trio was another from the Color Workshop. And this one is still kind of workable. No, it's basically half gone and very, very gloopy. So I think we will go ahead and just pass this one to the circular filing cabinet. All right, next up we have two here. Ooh, it looks like we have a Butter London. So the Butter London is called Candy Floss. And this is a very, very light blue. I am curious enough though to try this one. I've been keeping some of these types of very, very white leaning pastels because some of the other channels that I watch have been saying that they really, really like these kind of colors for like early summer or late spring. So I do want to give this a try and at least swatch it and see. So that was Butter London Candy Floss. The next one is an LA Colors called Gravity, and I definitely have this one already. In fact, I already have a second bottle from a mystery box that I am destashing, so I don't need a second one. In fact, it's one of those colors that I need to decide if I'm keeping it at all because I really don't like the brushes on these bottles. And it's not so much the brushes as the very short wand on these that makes it kind of not the funnest experience painting, but we will be going ahead and adding this to the freebie pile. Up next, we've got two more here. Looks like we've got maybe a CoverGirl. Yeah, CoverGirl. So this one is, okay, I think this one is called Black Diamond, and it is, if I'm going by what I'm seeing in the bottle, it is a black cream. And I don't have that many from CoverGirl. I feel like I don't see them around in nail polish that often anymore. It does say made in France, so maybe it's like L'Oreal now where they're only in other countries, not so much the US. It does appear to be in really good shape though, so I'm wondering how it would compare to other blacks in my collection. It almost seems to have like a squishiness. I think I want to see how this one swatches. Okay, this has the same problem that those LA Colors bottles have, and it's this big square thing that you get to hold on to with a short little wand. Not my favorite. Yeah, this is somewhat of a squishy jelly black polish. Yeah, we will be passing that one along. Most of the time with my cream black polishes, I want them to be pretty opaque all on their own, so we're going to be passing that one along. The next one is a Wet n Wild called Black Cream. We're going to go ahead and destash this one as well. Next up, we've got a little twofer here. Looks like we've got a burgundy and another red. Ooh, an interesting bottle though. Look at that. Wow. It's all wibbly wobbly. That's cool. So this one is called Noblesse. Oh, Noblesse. Noblesse, maybe? Noblesse. And I don't see a name on it. There's a bunch of other stuff though, not in English. Let's see how it looks. It is a pretty typical squishy jelly formula. So I think we will be passing this one along. It is another new to me brand, but like I said, reds just aren't my favorite. Then we have another Wet n Wild. This one is called Burgundy Frost. Yep, we already have a Burgundy Frost, so we are going to destash one. Alright, next up we have a glitter polish. Looks like this is, oh, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say Clean Colors. Nope, it's another from, no. Okay, these bottles are totally throwing me. Okay, so this is a different bottle shape, but check this out. So we have this one, which is by Broadway Nails. We have the ones that I kept thinking were going to be Clean Colors. This is Cherimoya. And then we have Clean Colors. Pretty similar. Okay, but this one is by Broadway Nails, and this one is called Superstar. And it has some fuchsia metallic glitters and some silver hollow. This I actually like. I don't have too many glitter toppers in this color, and I think this could be really fun over some other colors, so we will be holding on to that one. And again, another new to me brand. Next one, ooh, looks like we have a Revlon. This one is called Golden, and this is definitely a gold, like a chromy gold though. I just don't see myself reaching for this Golds, again, aren't my favorite. It is a very interesting shade of gold. There's almost like a pinch of goldenrod in there, like an orange lean, but we're going to be passing that one along. Let's do these two here. I'm trying to see if I can't speed up and get through the rest of the box in one go, because I'm already at an hour 15, but I'm pretty sure I can whittle that down in editing. Okay, I feel like we have some spillage in this one as well. Yep, the top coat did some spilling. So these two are stuck together. Oh, that's a bummer. That is a Jinsoon Power Coat, which has spilled all over the CoverGirl. The CoverGirl is called Silver Lining, and that is like a metallic pearl finish. So that one could potentially be cleaned off. So we'll put that somewhere where I can clean it. And then let's see if there's any, well, what's left in there seems to be moving around pretty well. So maybe I'll at least try it as a top coat, but definitely needs to be cleaned. Okay, next up we've got another from Response, and this one is called Silver Dust, and this is a silver metallic topper. I want to say I've kept at least one silver metallic topper, if not two, so I don't need a ton of them. I think we will be passing that one along as well. Next up, we've got a pure ice called Superstar. This one looks like a white cream. So maybe we'll go ahead and hold on to this and do some comparisons again of these whites. I'm going to have a bunch of them to compare at this point, but I do like my pure ices, so we'll be holding on to that one. Next up, looks like we have possibly another white. This one is from Kiss, and this is called, possibly not called anything. A lot of times they don't put names on their bottles. Yep, no name. Okay, so this appears to be a white, an off-white, if it's anything to go by when you're comparing the color on the wand to the cap. I think I want to compare this one as well. I actually like the tone in here that I'm seeing, and I do like the Kiss brush, so we'll be holding on to that. Again, I'm going to have a bunch of comparisons to do of my white polishes. Alright, next up we've got a Morgan Taylor. This one is called Glow in the Dark, so maybe this is a glow in the dark topper. That could be fun. So we're going to keep that one. I definitely don't have one of those yet. Let's see, we've got another from Sally Hansen. Another white called White On. Now this, by comparison, is like a straight up white. I think you can see the warmth in that one. But I want to hold on to that one. Again, I'm going to have to do some comparisons, but I do like the Sally Hansen formula of the Hard as Nails, so we'll see how I like those. Again, I'm probably not going to end up keeping all of them. I don't need a gazillion white nail polishes, but we'll see how it goes. Next up, we have another CoverGirl, and this one, my guess is it's probably the same one that we already unboxed. Yep, Black Diamond. Okay, so that is the same one that we already destashed, so we're putting that in the destash as well. The next one is another from Studio M called French Tip. Another one that I'm fairly certain we already had. Yep, so we're destashing that one as well. Next up, we've got a little mini. I think this one might be another from the Color Workshop. Ooh, this is a really pretty mermaid shade though. Let's see if this one is in good shape. Yeah, that one seems to be in working order. So we'll go ahead and hold on to that one. Again, those don't have a name. Alright, let's see what this one is. This one has a TJ Maxx box. And it looks to be a Deborah Lippmann called On the Beach. And this one is a soft, almost like sky blue, like a dusty sky blue. This is not my favorite shade though, so we will be passing that one along. Let's go ahead and do this trio. I feel like if I speed up, I think I can get this into one long video. All right. So it looks like we've got one from Unforgettable Moments. This looks familiar. This one is called Little Boy Blue. Yep, I do have this. I got it in a Goodwill bag, I think. I do really like the shade. It's kind of like a periwinkle blue. I'm wondering if I kept it though. I don't think I did. And I like this now. I want to see If I kept it. If I didn't, I think I want to keep this one. Okay, next up, I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. What is this one? This is Chirimoya, and this is another glitter polish called Starry Blue. This has some teal. Are they sheer? I can't quite tell if they're metallic or sheer. There's an interesting quality to them that I can't quite pinpoint. Plus some holographic silver glitter. I don't think I'm going to keep this one though. I don't know. I just don't feel like I would use it. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and destash it. The last one in that little trio is a Sally Hansen Hard as Nails called Breezy Blue. This is a very light blue. Yeah, this is pretty sheer. Colors this light, I would prefer it to be in a cream formula, so I think I'll be passing this one along as well. Next up, I think I see an Avon label. What happened there? Well, that's interesting. It's a white polish called French Tip White. I've never seen that happen. That definitely didn't happen in shipping because it was wrapped up. Very odd. Okay, not keeping that one. Okay, next up, looks like we might have a little mini. This one is from the workshop. Ooh, so we've got a shimmer polish again. Let's make sure this one is okay. Yes, seems pretty good. This one is like a dusty blue base with some shimmer. We'll be holding on to that one. Then we've got another one over here. Looks like a color CoverGirl. And this one, maybe we'll hold on to this one and see how it compares to the other white ones. I'm not sure of the name, but this one seems to be a bit better opacity than the black one. Okay, let's do this little two pack here. Ooh, looks like we've got one from Sept. That one is called Starlit. Very pretty. Definitely be keeping this one. This is gorgeous. This has like a multi-chrome shimmer aspect to it. I see purple and green, maybe some blue as well. And we've got this really pretty color. Oh, wait a second. Is this Estee Lauder? I think that's Estee Lauder. Wow. So that one is called number 103. I don't know that they have a name on it, but that is beautiful. Yeah, this is lovely. Look at that. Oh yeah, this is a keeper. Very, very pretty. And a new to me brand. I know the brand, obviously more with cosmetics, but yeah, definitely my first, I almost said lipstick. My first nail polish from them. Very, very pretty. Okay, let's do this little 2-pack over here. I got one from Chirimoya, and this one is called Socialite. This is interesting. So this is almost like a strawberry watermelon-y shade, and there's some metallic shimmer in there. I like this. It's very interesting. A little bit on the thick side, but look at that color. Very pretty. Definitely holding on to that one. We will thin that out and see how it wears. The second one is by Sinful Colors called Unicorn. And this is a soft yellow. Let's see how it swatches. Yeah, pretty bright. I was hoping for maybe more of like a buttercream yellow. Let's see how a second coat does. Yeah, this definitely has a brighter lemony quality to it. It's actually very similar to whatever I swatched here, which I think I did keep, so I don't need another one. So we're going to go ahead and destash the Sinful Colors. Next up we've got... Okay, this one is this a Sally Hansen bottle? I can't quite tell. Name is called Streamers, but this is not in good shape. No, not even close. Okay, so that one's probably going straight into the garbage unless someone wants me to rescue it. Next up, we've got a duo of pinks, and we have an OPI with no label, and another from Chirimoya called Lady in Pink. The one from OPI is actually a pretty shade of pink. It's kind of like a shimmery bubblegum, but pinks, as you've probably gotten tired of hearing me say, are not my favorite. This one also is in need of some thinner, so we'll be putting this one in the freebie pile. And the cherimoya is kind of like a deep, almost like mix between a berry and a strawberry. It's got that purple lean to it. I do like the color, but I think we will be passing this one on as well. Then we've got another, I think this is a cherimoya in a neon yellow. This one is called Sunshine Disco. I didn't really get into neons until recently, and I already have a number of shades like this, so we're going to be passing that one along. Next up, I think this is a Revlon in sort of a salmon color called Joker's Wild. This is interesting. So I'm almost in like a neon salmon. I think on camera it's probably being very washed out, but I think we will go ahead and destash that one. Then we've got a duo here. Oh, I think I see a Pure Ice. So the Pure Ice has no label, and this one is pretty gloopy. I wonder if that is supposed to be a topper. I can't quite tell if that's a topper or not, but it's got some interesting shimmers in there. So we'll probably at least see if I can't thin it out, but that one might be going in the garbage. The next one is LA Colors called Keepsake, and this one is also going to go in the destash. I just don't like the brushes on this enough to keep it. It is a really pretty, deep, vibrant, almost neon melon shade, but I have plenty of those colors that I like the brush on better. Let's do this one. I think we've got a little Deborah Lippmann. Ooh, in a purple. This one is called Crown Velvet. Very nice deep shade of purple. We'll be holding on to that one. Then we've got a little duo. This one is Sinful Colors called Hazard. So this is the second time that I've gotten something called Hazard from Sinful Colors, and Hazard Orange is definitely not what I would associate with this, although this one does appear to be a bit on the brighter side than the other bottle that I had. Again, I think it's going to be washing it out on camera. This is another one that sort of reminds me of China Glaze's Flip Flop Fantasy, but we will be destashing that one. Next up, we have one by NK Nail Enamel, another new to me brand. This one is called Pink Diamond. And this is interesting. This is sort of a pinky orange, and there's some iridescent or shimmer particles in there. I can't quite tell which. But I think I'm going to be passing that one along. Okay, just a few more. We've got a little trio with an OPI with no name. This is actually a really pretty shade, sort of a silvered out purpley mauve. Does need to be thinned down. I'm not quite sure how I would like it on my skin tone, so maybe I'll thin it down and put it in the freebie pile. The next one is a Sally Hansen called Firm Fig. Somewhat of a squishy formula, interestingly enough. I think I will be passing this one along as well. And next up we have one by Jordana. This one is called Tangy. This is kind of in that same family of the other bright like melon shades. This one's not quite as bright. It's definitely not in that neon family, but I think I will go ahead and pass this one along as well. And we've just got one more. This is another from Tammy, and this one is called Old Flame. And this is like an orangey red. There is a golden shimmer to this one as well. This definitely falls into the red category though. To me, it's sort of a tomatoey reddy orange. So not my cup of tea. I will be passing that one along as well. Alright, so there we have it. That was a mainstream mystery box. We unboxed about 48 that I'm keeping, 9 that I need to clean up and check and see if they're still good, 47 thereabouts of the ones that I'm destashing, and then a handful that we put in the garbage. Now that's not including each and every mini, so all together we're looking at over 100 polishes. Although I will say, with the amount of polishes that I will probably be having to toss, it's not my favorite mystery box that I've unboxed. In any case, hopefully you enjoyed looking at some polishes. I know I ran into quite a few new to me brands. This one I think is the one that I'm most excited about as far as a mainstream brand, but then like a boutique-y brand, I'm very excited to try the Marc Jacobs. That is probably the top pick from the haul. Oh, and the one from Sept. That one is really, really pretty. So hopefully you enjoyed looking at some mainstream polishes. If you're new, make sure to hit the little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos, and I will see you in that next one.